Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for this upcoming week of April 17th through April 23rd, 2020. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003. I'd like to welcome back my loyal subscribers and followers. Thank you so much for liking and sharing, subscribing, and recommending these inspiring, motivating videos that often give clarity and direction and entertainment to others. And if you are finding the Claire Candy Hoff YouTube channel for the very first time, let me share a little bit about myself through my full-time business, which I created in 2003. My business is called Angel Healing House, and boy, have there been miracles that have happened in the almost past 20 years since I created my Angel Healing House healing practice. I'm a Reiki master teacher, having taught hundreds and hundreds of Reiki practitioners and master teachers around the world. I absolutely adore teaching and guiding and supporting my students. I'm also an intuitive, a psychic, clairvoyant, tarot card reader. I love teaching tarot as well on an individual basis. To my clients. I also do past life clearings and ancestral healings to see if there's any sabotaging blocks that are still with us that happened in a former incarnation, in a former past life. I also do twin flame energetic reconnection, whether our twin flames are here with us in this present incarnation or they remain across the veil. And once we reconnect with them, boy, can they help in our lives. And also, I am the author of several #1 Amazon award-winning books, international award-winning books. To find out more about my services or my award-winning books, please do visit the Angel Healing House website, which is angelhealinghouse.com, or you can phone 831-277-3716, and that's Pacific Standard Time. Now, speaking about my intuitive counseling and Reiki healing sessions, I received this beautiful testimonial from a client, and this client wrote, "Candy is an amazingly open and pure conduit of divine communication. My session with her was so powerful and eye-opening and helpful. I really liked how she passed along specific individualized tools that I've been searching for to live the life that I was meant to live. If you're looking for an extremely talented, helpful, and compassionate guide in your life, do give Candy a call. You won't regret it. Thank you so much, Candy. I am truly grateful." And that comes from Amy Morris. So I'd also like to send a big thank you to all those who have made donations to my PayPal account for my free weekly content. If you would like to make a donation, I have left my PayPal link in the description box down below. So without any further ado, let's start today's show, as we do every week, by looking into the astrological heavens to see what planetary energies will be affecting us this coming week. And now that we are 2 full weeks into this fiery month of Aries, many of us have experienced more forward-moving energies. And it's no surprise that things are starting to move forward when we have the energetic help of not one, but, strangely enough, 2 new moons. One at the beginning of the month, which happened on April 2nd, and the other at the end of the month. These bookend new moons, along with 4 planets being in the take action, fiery, forward-moving sign of Aries, and those are Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. They're all firing our courage and our bravery up, and it's enticing us to be bold and to go after what we desire. Now, this magical alignment that occurred on April 12th of this week was very, very important. It was the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, which was in Pisces. Now, the last time this occurred was 1856, 166 years ago, and it won't happen again until 2188, with Jupiter being the gift giver of things like good fortune, expansion, good luck, and abundance, and Neptune being the planet of the dreamer. It is influencing us to dream big. These planets conjunction in the sign of Pisces, well, it's providing a massive leap in consciousness and expansion for many on the planet. This elevation in consciousness will provide an upgrade in our DNA codes, and as a result, many will not only feel different, but there will be some who look different because our cells are taking on huge amounts of light and it's regenerating us at an increased rate. Now, this massive elevation in our consciousness will see many in the conscious collective moving away from our limited linear minds, which were relying on things like logic and reason and justification, basically figuring life out, which, that was perfect for the Piscean age when we were lower energetic beings. But it no longer serves us because our hearts now determine the flow in our lives and not our minds. One important thing to remember is that conjunctions are very much like new moons, as they aren't necessarily a time when things happen, but it is a time when the seeds of those things happening will be planted. And so while the posse of angels, my angelic family, we suggest that we don't wait for something to happen. Stay observant for those subtle signs that will shift things in our lives. Now, in a few days' time, actually, it's now. It was on the 16th. We had the Libyan full moon, which is known as an Easter moon. It's a pink moon. And with it being in Libra, it will spotlight our personal and work relationships. And it will also spotlight the way that we are of service. Because if there's one thing that I know about being a Libran myself, it is our emphasis on how we serve others and how we serve the world. Many will feel that Spirit will be sending them heavenly signs as to how to help and serve the planet in a brand new way. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that the combination of Chiron's energies, bringing up our individual and collective shadows to be healed, and the now very strong Jupiter's energies, which are expanding and increasing any energy in our lives, can either be experienced as heaven sent or as a nightmare. Now, those of us who are practiced in perpetuating only those high frequency energies that make us feel good, positive, uplifted, those contained in our words, our thoughts, and feelings, will experience an increase in our bliss, an increase in our joy and divine heartfelt connectivity that we are already feeling. And quite personally, I can't see how I can become any more blissed out, but Spirit, bring it on. And those who keep choosing to blame others, those who keep choosing to see themselves as victims or speaking about and thinking about what they do not want in the world will vastly increase what they do not want or wish to happen. Because Jupiter doesn't play favorites. Jupiter either expands on what we're focusing on or what we're not focusing on. It's simply that easy. With all the information that has come out about the deceptions and about the lies perpetuated not only in the last 2 years to harm humanity, but the posse of angels is adding for at least 400 years on this planet. the world is experiencing, what they call a fever pitch in April 2022. And just like many times, an ill body needs to produce a fever pitch in order to burn up an illness within. The wounded healer Chiron is producing a fever pitch that will reveal heinous, dark actions in order for them to be brought to the surface. And this is in order for them to be acknowledged so that they can be released. Now, many are reporting that they are noticing an increase in negative energies. And when I ask them about their relationships, many have shared that they are constantly fighting with their family over their health choices or their disparate beliefs. I heard from a client this week who has chosen to stay in an abusive relationship because, in her words, she wants to heal him and to save him. And she has added a recent concussion from his physical abuse, along with him breaking her arm several years ago and all the violent physical attacks over the past 3 years. I explained to her that we are not here to save anyone, and often when we try and save a drowning person, no matter how well-intentioned our actions are, they will take us under, and we will drown along with them. Now, the posse of angels is saying that there are many in the spiritual community that intellectually they know the universal laws of attraction that state like attract like energies, but they choose not to apply them practically to their lives. The less we enact negatively, the better it is for all, including ourselves. It's simple to change your mind, to take back control of your thoughts and make them more positive. And the reason that is so simple is because it's a choice. And we have been given free will, and nothing is more powerful than your divine, sovereign, independent, multidimensional nature in creating your reality, in creating worlds. The only reason that one might be experiencing this as difficult to accomplish is that they keep giving their power away, consciously or by default programming within, to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. Now, the posse of angels is sharing that many in the conscious collective are awakening and coming out of the controlled matrix that distracted humanity to look everywhere else for their answers instead of inside themselves, which is the only place to find our divine eternal nature, where all the treasures of the universe reside. Our advice, if negativity has increased in your life, is to turn the mirror back on yourself, to reflect what words, what thoughts, or what feelings you are perpetuating. Basically, do not indulge or interact or react with any negativity in yourself or others, and create a world of positivity in the people and the events that you associate with. For if one chooses to be around negativity of any kind, even if it's self-perpetuated from within, it will permeate our own being and lower our frequencies. And the posse of angels wish for us to know that our high frequency is of absolute concern to the betterment of the world now. Unless you transmute all negativity, you will carry it. And when you carry it, you will express it. And when you express it, you attract it. One of the greatest things that we can do to practice transmuting energies is by seeing ourselves as that violet flame of Saint Germain, and to send out incandescent pink-purple flames of transformation to the world, for it to transcend into a planet of light, of love, and of truth. So be particularly vigilant at this time because of that Jupiter, Neptune, conjunction in Pisces that you want to make sure your words and your thoughts and your feelings, your actions are all in alignment with what you do want. It's an extraordinary time of manifestation, and Neptune wants us to dream big, dream what we do want. And then when you do this, Jupiter will help expand it in your world. And when I went to my beautiful oracle cards and tarot cards to see what messages came out to reflect the energies of the upcoming week, the first card that came out from this deck, I love this deck, it's absolutely beautiful, Spirit, the Spirit or Animal Oracle, is this lovely little follow. Look at him. It's Wombat Spirit. And he says, be at home. Now, 8 and 6 is 14. It is number 5, and number 5 is the card of change. Several messages are coming out associated with this change around be at home. And the first one that comes to mind is to be truly at home in the world. We need to find comfort in our own skin. And believe me, these powerful Libra energies radiating from the powerful full moon in Libra is a take no prisoners energy about how we can no longer just talk the talk as spiritual leaders on the planet. And issues in our lives, but this is getting us to finally turn the mirror back on ourselves to see what kind of relationships we have with ourselves and others, and if it is truthful, and if we are in our integrity, what we tell others to follow, and do not follow it in our own lives. This may be difficult to finally own and recognize this, but this shadow work, when done with no judgment, will help us free ourselves and begin to feel home with who we are, and will feel more at home with our family and with our soul tribe. Once we do this, we settle into a true sense of home, and that everything we do rings true in harmony with spirit. Now, the second message that was coming out is that with Libra being an energy of feeling most at peace in our surroundings, and with creating harmony and balance and beauty in our surroundings, many people will be presented with job opportunities or just opportunities, business offers to move locations into new homes that now better represent the higher energies that they have integrated and now are shining forth. And the posse of angels is reminding us, when so many of us are thinking, well, there's no way that I could buy a home, is reminding us that this buying of a home, we could inherit a home. We could be given a home. We could win a home, because spirit works in the realm of infinite possibilities, and it doesn't restrict, and it certainly doesn't constrict the way and the how of a home being presented to us. This move will see us move near our soul families that are loving and supportive of our endeavors and our projects. So thank you so much, Mrs. Wombat, for coming in and giving us this message. There are so many references to homes coming in. And my clients have told me about all of these messages and insights that they are receiving, signs and symbols about moving to new homes at this time. Our next card that came out, our next spirit animal, is Nightingale Spirit. It's a number 3 card. And I love that number 3 is the marriage of ourselves and spirit. It's the number of creation. It's also the number of miracles. And the message of Canary Spirit is sing your own song. So Canary is reminding us to find our authentic voice, express what's in our hearts. This will free us not only to experience this beautiful inner light, but will help us to shine it out to the world. And do not worry, and do not get downhearted if you think that nobody is listening to you, because that is not why a bird sings. A bird sings because it has a song, and it is in the sharing of it that the bird knows that he is being authentic, integrous with why God Source created him in the first place. For when we do share our songs, we experience an inherent joy within. We allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, and then others can not only recognize our music, but then they can authentically join in the symphony of our lives. I love that the canary is wearing a beautiful crown, and here, Wombat Spirit is wearing a beautiful crown as well. The message here that Spirit is giving us is it's time for you to realize your self-worth and to crown yourself, because Spirit is trying to crown you, to present to you, to manifest the world of your dreams. Most of us need to get out of our own ways in order for Spirit to give this to us in the infinite possibilities and the magical, synchronistic, and miraculous ways that Spirit works. Basically, to crown ourselves and get out of our own ways, to allow what is our highest way of service to come in. I love these next cards. Let me just reach over here and grab these. Oh, one of my favorite decks, Oracle of the Mystical Moments. And the illustrations are just delicious. This is the card that came out for us. Just look at that card. I love that this card's number is 17, as 17 is one of my favorite numbers. Tomorrow is the 17th. I love that this card is called Miss Sunshine. Now look at the bright halo of light emanating from her head, and that her skirt, her very foundation or building or home where she resides, is rising from the darkness and the shadows into the light. Here is another reference to home, because she now has awakened to the light of truth and allows her light within to guide her steps. That's the only light that she needs now. She doesn't give her power away to any authorities. She doesn't give her power away to any groups or organizations. She knows that she is divine, and she allows that light within her, her intuition, the God speaking to her through her heart to guide her steps. And she's awakened to the light of truth. And her positive energies and light-filled intentions are rising her to her new heights of clarity and leaving the old, outdated world of darkness and fear behind. And doesn't this card really represent this month of April, where so many heinous acts and duplicitous and deceptive things are starting to be revealed? And what we need to do is we need to hold our light and to forgive others, for they know not what they do, and to keep our kindness, our compassion, our forgiveness, and our unconditional love, and to keep our energies. And that is going to create that world of forgiveness and unconditional love, compassion out to the world. It's just such a beautiful card. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Posse of Angels, for that. Our next card that came out is from this lovely deck. I always like to give a shout out to decks. This is the Divine Feminine, and this one is by Megan Watterson. And this card is Hestia. And I love that this card came out as well because it says it's the goddess of the sanctuary. How about that? Sanctuary, home. Well, the posse of angels is saying that now that so many of us have come home to ourselves, we can now feel at home in the world that is slowly becoming that same reflective of light, truth, and love that we hold within ourselves. And Hestia is reminding us that no matter where we are in the world, we are home. And read that at the bottom, no matter where I am at home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within ourselves. Because so many people have come home to their God-given, divine, eternal natures, we now feel, yes, many of us will be changing locations to be able to bring forth and to be of service to that highest form that our soul wants to serve in this lifetime. But I love the fact that the most sacred sanctuary lies within me. And the reason for this is because God could choose to reside anywhere in the universe, but she chooses to live in our hearts. And when we live within our divine eternal natures, we are one and we are home. So thank you, Hestia, for coming in. Let's go to my cards, the Angel Healing House Tarot deck. There I am on the back. And this card deck is getting closer for purchase. And believe me, I will tell everyone when it's time that it's available and will come out. I'm just looking out on a gorgeous spring day here in Santa Monica, California. It's a little bit cool, cool for us, it's 60 degrees, but bright blue skies. And I don't know about you, but ever since that April 12th, Jupiter, Neptune conjunction in Pisces, the colors seem to be clearer. They seem to be brighter. One of my clients asked me on my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio show this week, which, by the way, airs every week, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that's when you can call in for free mini angel readings. And Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio is now in its 11th year, as I created it in January of 2012. But somebody asked me how I felt. And I felt on that day as if God took the planet and lifted it energetically to be lighter, to be brighter, for more love to come in and radiate and shine on the planet, to dispel more darkness. I just felt this overall lifting from the conscious collective on that date, which is building every single moment since then. So be interesting in the comments below what you felt. Oops, there's one card that popped out. What you felt as a result from the that extraordinary Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces. And of course, today is the full moon in Libra. And full moons do have a tendency to make people feel a little bit off kilter with those amazing full moon energies. And if you're a sensitive and an empath, a lot of times the energies are starting to be felt like 3 or 4 days before or days afterwards. So remember to put your crystals out in the moonlight. They love to be cleansed and cleared in the full moon light. So first card that's coming out for us is the Strength card. The posse of angels are reminding us that in traditional tarot, when I teach my students, and I would love to teach you tarot as well, is that this card was one of the cards that was known as the breakthrough card. Because when we have the courage, when we have the boldness and the bravery to be ourselves and to step into those signs that Spirit is bringing us for our greatest good and the greatest good of all concerned, maybe feel the fear and do it anyway, then on the other side of that are rewards, and on the other side are of those are miracles, the fulfillment of our dreams. So they're saying that that this number 8 card, often the sign of wealth and prosperity and riches, abundance, and all those things associated with all of those words will come in, but we have to have the courage and the bravery to step forward. But many are going to be experiencing breakthroughs now with this conjunction and also the Libyan full moon. And do remember, I'm going to be speaking about this in my Angel Healing House Blog Talk Radio program on Thursdays at 10 a.m. about the upcoming eclipses at the end of this month. And oh my gosh, taking all of these integrated high energetic energies, and kaboom, eclipses just reveal so many things, but that's for a later date. So we have this breakthrough card of the Strength card. And what do we have next is the Happy Home card. You can't make this stuff up. Home, singing our own song. Hestia was speaking about home, and Miss Sunshine with her building or her home rising to new heights. Now we have the Four of Wands, which is often called the Happy Home card. This is the card of celebrating our hard efforts and our diligence. Could be hard efforts and diligence in working for the light, in holding our vibrational frequency, in keeping on being compassionate, in keeping on forgiving, in keeping on just having unconditional love, and keeping our vibrational frequency high, bright, light, and clear. It is a celebratory card. It is a card of new beginnings. And look at these white roses with the doves, with the Holy Spirit and the doves, rewarding our hard efforts. And many of us will be experiencing that happy new home coming in for us. Remember, don't put restrictions on Spirit as to how your home can come in, because Spirit works in the realm of miracles. And who wouldn't want to just let go and let Spirit bring us what we so deliciously desire? Next card coming in is the Moving card. Of course, this is the Traveling card. This is the Moving card. This is the card of things happening very fast. So, we'll get, many of us will get communiques, emails, phone calls, things happening out of the blue. And suddenly we're off, and we're packing, and we're changing change of address forms, and deciding what to take and what to leave. And it's kind of the Knight of Wands, kind of throws things up in the air, and we get so excited. I often call the Knight of Wands the ants in his pants card, because he's wiggling with excitement about the new movement as those pheasants on the bottom are, the horse rears up, and then things happen as a result of that. So, and if there's one thing that I teach my students, is all nights in the tarot are about action. Next card that comes out for us is the Six of Cups card. Now, this movement, this breakthrough, this happy home, and for those that are not moving physical homes, it could be a feeling like you've come home to yourself. This is, this card, it could be about children, literally about children, or it could be about somebody from the past. Now, they're saying it's more in this general reading that people coming from your past, from your soul group, coming back to enter into your lives again, into our lives again, to bring us information about something that is going to get us moving. And so this is heaven sent. And they're saying that this connection is karmic. It's fated. It brings us something that's destined specifically for us. And this will have us being reintroduced to our soul families. And the blossoming that will happen as a result of this will be delicious. The sixes are all about, after the rocky start of the rocky changes that we've been through, are about harmony and balance and joy returning to our lives once again. And we will be toasting. He's handing her a glass. No, because they're children. I would imagine it's apple juice and not champagne. But we will be toasting these things coming in. And we so richly will be deserving it with all that we have been through. The next card is the Chariot card. Okay, this is another card of movement in the tarot. This card could actually, the movement could be, you could be buying a new car, given a new car, inherit a new car, something to do with a new car, but this is definitely a movement and traveling card. It's the card that these things that are going to be offered to us are there because of some kind of recognition, some kind of promotion, or a reward that we're given for the hard work that we've been doing. And the charioteer in the tarot is somebody who is looked up to as somebody who is victorious in what they've accomplished. So a lot of references around movement, around home, could be coming home to ourselves, feeling victorious, stepping into our true, authentic selves, like the Canary Spirit said, and finally being able to sing our own song and express ourselves. Next card has a home in it. I don't know, I'm just like, did you notice the theme here? Okay, this, the Ten of Pentacles, yes, it's about money. It's about material goods, like the foundations, the earthly foundations of our lives. But this is also the Happy Family card. The Happy Family card is being reintroduced to our soul families. And they're going to just feel so delicious and so comfortable and so yummy. We won't have to explain ourselves. People will get us, these truly like-minded, heart-minded people that we will work with. Perhaps we will live with them, around them or near them, and be supportive in so many ways for us. And it is a new beginning in feeling at home. And the final card that's coming out for us is the World. I love this. I love this. We've completed a cycle as per this April. This Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in Pisces. It was as if somebody drew a line in the sand and said, you're going from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age. And that's why I feel that on April 12th, the hands of God Almighty, himself or herself, lifted planet Earth into the higher realms, so that people could start to work together, to live together, to create this world of light and this world of victory over a very, very dark period in Earth's history. Let's go to our postcards from Spirit. Now, where did I put that? There it is. Postcards from Spirit. And this one came out. And if you're not familiar with these cards are yummy. Postcards from Spirit. And they're by Colette Baron Reed. And our postcard today is with love. And it reads, Dearest you, we are gathering our magic together to help you celebrate your new beginnings. You're stepping in to a new version of yourself, a new version in which you sing your own song. Isn't that lovely? and you're getting to tell a new story as you create it. Doesn't it feel like spring when the urge to expand, Jupiter's expansion, wells up inside of us from a primal place? The form of what you are growing has yet to take shape, and it's exciting to experience this new and fresh beginning. It's normal to feel both a push and a bit of a pullback when entering any kind of new relationship, especially a new relationship with yourself. It's okay to admit you don't really know what to expect. But what you can know is that it's time to dive in and allow that new version of yourself, that new version of what your life is calling, to take shape through you on behalf of your partnership in life with Spirit. Spirit will never lead us astray. You have made it to the next level of awakening and contributing and being of service. And we are so excited to see where this will take you to next. We are so very proud of you. And thank you, Spirit. I love this. Let's go, as we do every week in Weekly Wisdom of Angel Ariel, to our Making Magic card. How are you making magic? How are you making magic? One of the ways that I make magic is I love to go outside on my balcony, and I love to ask nature to show me the magic. Show me the magic. And in that time that I'm on the balcony, a ladybug could come and visit me and land on my clothing. A dragonfly could swish and circle around my head. The butterflies come in. Pete and I are so very blessed to have mourning doves, beautiful mourning doves around our house, and they are nesting now. And I remember a couple of years ago when a couple of squabs were born and heralded new beginnings for us. There's just so many ways that magic can come into your life. So one more posse of angels. Jump, jump, jump. See what comes in. And here we go. The first card that came out is self-confidence, strong self-belief, and sense of worth. You have every right, once again, every right to sing your own song, every right to crown yourself, especially over these last 2 years. There are many like myself. I only, as Angel Ariel, I only incarnated into Claire Candy's body on January 11th of 2003. But in every moment, I have been working through for the light. And those of you that have been doing that, give yourself credit and gaining more strong self-belief in yourself and your self-worth about all that you've done and that all that you do for not only yourself, your family, and every sentient being on this planet. Give yourself huge credit. The next one is Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. And many of us are going to be experiencing that magic miracles and not only serendipitous but synchronistic miracles coming into our life and showing us a new path to step along and how we can serve. Now, 2 of these cards came out. Trinket 5 is manifesting money and income, which is the reflection of the highest abundance card in the tarot is really the Ten of Pentacles. That's material goods, 555. So many of you may be seeing 555 on the clock or waking up, in the night. Well, I still consider 555 night, although some people consider that morning. But it's saying about manifesting money and more income in our lives. And the last card that comes out is heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. And the more you allow for this divine connection between you and your spirit family. Now, these could be angels, they could be archangels, they could be your spirit guides, they could be your ancestors, in your generational line, whispering words of guidance and support and love, and how much they just want the best for you. The more that you can actively connect with them, the more you will be able to discern their messages. So I hope that's been helpful for you. Please do go out and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. Remember that Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom is uploaded every Saturday here on YouTube, and I would love to hear from you on my Angel Healing House Blog Talk radio program on Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, now in its 11th year. And I would love you to call in for a free mini angel reading then. Take care, everyone. And as always, I'm wishing you love and angel blessings. And I'm just wishing you so much sunshine. And just take care of yourself. Lots of love. Bye.